Come one, come all, welcome to the show. Not so famous YouTuber with frost from TLDG reviews. Welcome to Fragrances to Fall for salute to the chat. Grab a seat, grab a drink, a fragrance to spray, and let's get not so famous. Live stream has begun. So first sense of the day, let's go.
Could've been famous, but had a blue shiesty. Ran through the spot, smelling good, guess who it might be. Looking at you, girl, like yo, she looking wifey. Said smelling good, I'm talking to this whole nicely. I look in her eyes, I think she tryna bite me. Like, oh, I think she like me. Bass no slow down, like the backstabbers tryna knife me. What up, chat? Yo, I said, what up, chat? Scent of the day, but I ain't even hit the cage yet. PM still ringing, I ain't even hit the stage yet. Spin so dope, he ain't even got a string yet. Solid so dank, man, I ain't even had the rank yet. Oil so dark, but I ain't even got a stain yet. Scent so strong and I ain't even dropped the atomizer yet. Bet if I did, I'd explode. Drop the bottle, reload. Sight to be told. And now I'm cruising down the road with the mask on. Got my music while I blast on. Who is that with the magnum? It's not so famous YouTuber, I can still get a whiff that should last long. Shout out Nosy the kid on Av, what up? Fat boy Mac, let's get it. Joey Cannoli, 69 in this bitch, what up? John C, Jared Miller and my boy Joe wrenched up. Keeping the streets clean, haha, let's get it, what up? Gem Selly Tazo, suits on silver. Come to the lot where everyone's a winner. Brian B and Bilbo, y'all don't rock with me, could write a deal, ayo. Colin, Mommy, Mel, get at me. Paul Terrence and Kicks Griffey, the 850 plus subscribers that rock with me. Vincent, I swear your Mikey Dens, all y'all I see you down in the chat, hitting that like button like hitting the lick. So shoot or you might get hit. Spacing with the bullshit, and he don't miss. I let off a full clip. Let's get back to the list. Sean Jason pushing a V, maybe an M3, spell Supreme, a JD, Gian Hernandez, DWJ. Okay, cause K's a different breed. That's Bumpy, stay spraying. Shout out to the boss, Ross, William, and Taffy. J, that woman don't play. Best name in the game is Dan, not the man. Killing it like the son of Sam, goddamn. Y'all tweaking, can't forget Dame Dollar, all genre bops, chilling with boppers. This flow's a whopper. Well done, how to your way. Stand auction, man. Damn, I see you with my man's Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, full retail, no lease. A son, I'm a beast. Collarbone, got the wolf packs out, and my best friend Leo rocking the Desert Eagle. Street safe, but not legal. $12 clay and silk. Shout outs to Mary with these flags, they got to be good. Boxing sense from stage having a KO. We got general giggles. Ladies dance to this track. Let me see you wiggle, wiggle, just a little. Scott drunk, dunked up to duo shit. Cali at they fire. Telemundo. Laura, I see you watching, and that goes for the whole damn man from his crew. Hit the like and the subscribe. Let me hear you hootie hoo. Can't forget my man, Bossy and Circle for life. Yeah, let's get it. Not so famous, live stream just started. Because big thoughts gotta be dreams. I start this show set other daytime or maybe it's night. But if you in my chat, shit, it's gotta be right. Salute. Salute. Welcome to the show, it's time to go live. I'm about to reload, yeah. Frag talk on the low, oh yeah. Not so famous and we about to go, yeah. Hit the bell and know, yeah. Thumbs up so they know, yeah. Still off the day, let the people know, yeah. Let's get it, not so famous, salute. Let's get it, not so famous, salute. Let's get it, not so famous, salute. Welcome to the show, it's time to go live. I'm about to reload, yeah. Frag talk on the low, oh yeah. Not so famous and we about to go, yeah. Hit the bell, let them know, yeah. Thumbs up so they know, yeah. Send off the day, let the people know, yeah. Let's get it, not so famous, salute.
Scent of the day, Complex. What's up, Circle? Is that Complex from Bodicea? I see you. All right, let's see who we got in the chat. We got a lot of people in the chat. I see Gems in the building. Everybody showing love to each other. All genre bop. Shout out to you. We got House of Clones in the building. We got Charm City, Fragrance Connoisseurs. Check out his channel. All genre bops in the building. William Rodriguez, Selly from Selly Knows It All. We got Chris in the building. Gian Hernandez, Jay. I don't want to miss anybody. We got a lot to do today. We're going to be going over, let's see, 20 frags today. 10 for me, 10 for him. Matter of fact, we'll probably go over 22 because we got our scent of the days. So we're going to get to that in a little bit. Let's see, Kix Griffey, Rich Money Cash, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. As you guys know, the beginning of the song, I got a lot of you people that have been rocking with me for a while in the music. We got Duncan in the building, Pop Sense in the building, talking about what's popping, y'all. That's how he comes in. Quest O Fresh is in the building. Charm, let's see. We got Mommy Mel in the building. Shout out to you. 6ix9ine Mafia. You drop that 6ix9ine in the chat if you want to. All right. We got John C in the building, Wrenched Up. Rubini Fundamental. I wish I could go over everything, man. We don't, Ross is a busy man. I don't want to keep him back there too long. You know how it is. I wish I could just spend time just talking to you guys, but you guys are excited for Ross to be here. I appreciate everybody hitting the thumbs up button. Let's get into what we're going to talk about today. If you guys saw at the beginning, we're going to be going over fragrances to fall for. I'm excited for this. Yesterday was the first day of fall. Look at Ross over there chilling. You guys know Ross, TLTG, huge channel. He's got like 100 subscribers, I think. No, he's got 137,000 subscribers. Shout out to him. I've been rocking out with him for a very long time. He's got some Zahara frags that you guys might know. Business Over Pleasure was his first one. And then we got Evening Mystique. We're going to hop into my scent of the day real quick. From John Varvatos. This is vintage. Shout out to Justin Copeland. Justin Copeland enjoys this fragrance. I know Ross does as well. Really good fragrance. It's tart. It's got what makes this tart? I think it's the rhubarb. It's got rhubarb in here. It's got tobacco in here. It's got some leather. It's green. Really nice fragrance, and for the price, you really can't beat it. I pick up some cloves in this fragrance every time I spray this, which I've only worn it a couple times. I don't know if you guys can see, not too much of a crazy dent in there, but I've had this for years. Every time I wear it, it gets better. When I first smelled it, the cloves were a little too much for me. Started backing down. I don't even think there's cloves listed in here, but there's definitely some spice, some lavender, some sage. Gentlemanly scent. Let's get into the chat real quick. Like I said, we don't got too much crazy time to be popping in. I know you guys are saying what's up to each other. Let's see what we got going on. If I missed anybody, we got Nosy Neighbor in the building. We got Montrese in the building. Shout out to you. 6ix9ine. Let's see if I missed anybody. Terrence Sr., how you doing, bro? Kyler, I think I got you. Sandy, shout out to you, Sandy. I think we got everybody. Like I said, I can't go over everybody's scent of the day. I've seen some of them, man. Sarah Tonka Cola, you guys are smelling good as you always do. The chat is always smelling great. So we're gonna get into it. You guys are ready for Ross? I'm ready for Ross to pop on. See what else we got. Salute to everybody in the chat for sure. We definitely on House of Clones. Yeah, he's got a cool channel as well. Schoolin's in the building. Try to get to you guys when I can and pop up. This spot of the show right here, Ross is gonna come on. He's gonna have his music like we do over here. For those of you that are here for the first time, I've seen some new names in here. Shout out to Ross, by the way. Sending out the welcome. I think we were 3 away from 1,000. So shout out to the chat. I love you guys. But Ross is gonna have his music in the background. We're gonna mess around. We keep it lighthearted over here. Everything's nice and chill vibes. Nothing too crazy. We talk fragrances over here. Really nothing else. Let's get into it. Shout out to Ross TLTG. This is the part of the show for those that are new to say what's up to Ross. Hi Ross, that type of thing. So let's get it. TLTG.
Chasing scents all night, reviewing till first light. If you wanna smell your best, test his aroma sets the quest. TLTG reviews, chasing scents all night, reviewing till first light. If you wanna smell your best, test his aroma sets the quest. It's all about a scent, Top mid heart is what's next. Evening takes over play. Fragrance leads the way. Fragrance in his hand, with bottles in demand, with the smells of the world in his plans. Journey through far lands, winds, fire, sands. TLTG.
Impressive.
TLTG.
I gotta say it's impressive. I don't know if y'all can
He's
hear it.
loving every spray, keeps his workload at bay.
I don't know if y'all can hear
Reviews
it.
like every day.
Yeah, they can hear
Always
you.
aims to
Okay, yeah,
please.
nobody does it like
Drifting
Spencer.
like a
I've been
breeze
telling
through the
everybody
trees.
this
No
whole time.
breakdowns done
Nobody
with
puts more
ease.
into these live teaching Spencer. You see what I'm talking about.
He's loving every
This is
spray,
over the top
keeps
right
his
here.
workload
This is how
at
you
bay.
make yourself
Reviews
stand up.
like every day. Always aims to please. Drifting like a breeze through the
away.
trees. No
At least he was a
breakdowns
moment
done
ago.
with ease.
Three
About
away.
ascent. Top mid
Let's get
heart,
him
which follows next.
Maybe he can get a little bit of
Evening
ad
takes
revenue
over
heading his
play.
way.
Watch him as fragrance
Probably
leads the
that's
way.
This is the
Ross
channel
leading the
where
way. Shoutouts to
get a little bit back to his
100K.
time. Yeah, but don't
Ross
think,
leading the way.
you know,
TLTG
got the
leading
AI
the
theme
way.
music and stuff. This
Evenings
is
of
impressive.
mystique.
I gotta say, we got 52 in the chat currently. Thank you all for being here. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on all notifications. You don't want to miss Spencer's live streams. You clearly do not. Nobody in this space does live streams the way Spencer does. So I appreciate everybody being here, Jay. Now I expect this chat to be quite fun since Jay is here. I saw a lot of familiar names. We got hidden gems in the house. We got Mel's here. It's good to see Mommy Mel's in the house. A lot of the mafia showing out as I expected, because Spencer's part of the mafia, as am I. I am more the lurking side that makes the rare occasional appearance. Shout outs to Joey. So, yeah, as far as my sin of the day, I gave you guys a little bit of a teaser already. Costa Azura Eau de Parfum. I wanted to wear this Saturday. We were going to watch sunset on the beach. We were going to dinner, but I just happened to see Justin hit 100K. So I don't have it next to me, but I ended up rocking Second Soul instead. So this got bumped and pushed to the side, but I still wanted to wear it. So one of those blue fragrances that doesn't smell like all the other blue fragrances. And I love stuff like that because there's no more redundant genre than the blue fragrance designer genre. Not too often you can have something that smells so easygoing, yet not like all the rest of them. It's not loaded down with tonka bean and vanilla. The wood note here is oak, so it gives it a little bit of a different twist in that woody base, but it still has that coastal saltwater marine green type of feel that makes a blue fragrance at its core. So definitely get out and try this one at Sephora, then go buy it online so you don't have to spend that crazy money on it. Because even at discounters, you're spending over $100 for a 50 ml. But my favorite DNA from Tom Ford. Believe it or not, with all those masterpieces, of course, the blue fragrance is my favorite one, right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, man. It's a great fragrance, and this time of the year, it's perfect for something like that. You could probably get away with a lot of freshies slash warm fragrances nowadays. That one's got a little warmness to it. What up,
It's
John
that
C?
oak wood for sure.
It's the oak wood. Yeah. How you doing today, man?
Perfect for running away from a potential devastating hurricane. I might be leaving in a couple of days, so
Oh man, wow.
possibly rescheduling my live stream with Justin on Thursday, because if it is coming right at me, which all the models show it is, it's coming Thursday. So
It
might be
looks like
going to Louisiana on Thursday.
it looks like I hit 1K. Everybody's doing the congratulations things. Shout out to Justin Copeland as well. Everybody in the
Soft live
chat.
stream clap. Congratulations, Spencer. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is what sets you apart from everybody else. You know, people will see this and be like, damn, that's cool. I need to start doing stuff like that. Then they'll get the software and see what it takes to do this. And like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. They're gonna give me
I,
one of those
I have,
they're gonna give me one of those plaques behind you. It's gonna be a keychain though, you know? A little keychain
hey, man,
plaque.
you never know. You never know, man. When I started making videos, I didn't think that was a potential reality. You never know.
Yeah. It's funny because I just saw your video where you called that George up, that whole parody thing. Hey, that was
I hit
awesome.
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
was wild, man. It's still cringe to look back. I was old fat ass sitting in the chair watching Big Bang Theory. That was all we scripted all of this, obviously, and it was very
yeah,
cringe.
yeah.
But you always look back and think you're cringe, right? Eating some gummy bears back and forth. This is before either of us were, I guess, to have the camera presence that we currently have. So that's what makes it so much funnier. But I sure appreciate George. Shout outs to George. I don't know if he's here or not. I forgot to
He
let him
does. He
know.
does. He does follow me now, so that's good. You know, so you can send
Yeah,
him the
for
link or
sure.
whatever.
So
We're,
I'll text him here in just a minute. Say, hey, we're live, so you can come
you
jump
ready?
in the chat with
You
everybody.
ready?
You know,
You ready to get into the? And you could send George the link. You know, I trust you to send that link to whoever you want to. If you know anybody wants to jump on, as far as that, you know.
I won't send your link to anyone you don't ask me to send it to. I'm not going to do that to you. This is your
Hey,
channel is sacred. You know,
no, it is what it is, man. If George wants to come on, you could definitely send him the link. So let's get that out the way now. He's probably on a flight somewhere to Beijing, you know,
no,
Paris.
he's inside. I talked to him this morning. He's at home. Well, he was at work earlier. He's probably I should be done with the gym 5:15 Central. He goes to the gym around 3:30, so should be done.
We're gonna get into it real quick. We'll go to the next stage, listen to some music for a couple seconds, and get right to it.
Do it.
You're gonna go first, by the way. We'll go over this now.
Ready.
We're gonna do since the chat might not they definitely don't know the format. We're gonna go over three
Hmm.
cheapies, which could be rack store, could be a clone, whatever the case might be. We got three designers, and then we got three niche fragrance and one wild card. So altogether, with the two that we already shared, which is John Varvatos Vintage and the Tom Ford Coastal Azura, I believe. What is that? The EDP.
Costa Azura EDP. Yep.
There you go. All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I stopped the music. Here we go. Let's just play your music.
Works for me.
Logical way, it's true. TLTG reviews. Chasing scents all night. Review until first light. If you wanna smell your best, test as aroma sets the quest. It's all about a scent. Top mid heart is what's next. Even takes overplay. Fragrance leads the way. Fragrance in his hand, with bottles in demand, with the smells of the world in his
It's your song, man.
Journey through
Hilarious.
four lands, winds,
He
fire,
sent me a clip of him
sand.
jamming this in his car yesterday. That's the song. Oh my
TLTG.
god. Hilarious. Dedication to his craft right here. Mr. Not So Famous YouTuber.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you that music. I got everything, man. Country and all that stuff for
I
you.
probably will use it for a few things here and there on my channel. Yeah, for sure.
You ready for the first cheapie?
I'm
Who
ready,
who
man.
hey
Let's start with
who better to do it, man? I remember you from who that hating way back in the day. Definitely didn't have the subs you had now. Very enjoyable moments with the blue shirt on, Mercedes and all that good stuff. You
Mercedes.
think you were in Texas at that time?
I was in Sugarland, Texas when I started the
Sugarland,
channel. Yeah.
Texas.
It's been a little over 5 years. July 11th, 12th, something like that. Made 5 years that I've been making content.
Had a little twang to your voice back there, right?
A little bit. And I
Just
had
a
somebody
little
ask
bit.
me yesterday, how do you make your voice deeper over time? I said, not having a cheap mic.
There you go.
The cheaper the mic, the crappier the audio quality. That's it. More realistic to my actual voice if you were in front of me with the Blue Yeti and with the Elgato Wave and stuff like that. A little bit more bass in there versus like a cheap lapel mic and stuff like that.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, exactly. So as far as cheapies, I actually kind of, so for me, for those of you not familiar, the cheapie range for me is around $50 USD and less. But there's three very specific ones that I'm looking forward to wearing in the fall as I get away from this high humidity. It's still going to be humid, but milder temperature, which for me, the fall is going to be realistically more in like the mid to low 70-degree range. And these are a little heavier to really suit that. And something in particular that I'm looking forward to wearing is one from Dumont that kind of really grabbed me. It's more of a twist than a direct clone because it's so fruity in the top. I've talked about it a bunch on my channel. It is Celerio Epic. It smells like Angel Share, but very much a fruitier take on Angel Share. The quality's good. It's immensely powerful. It is super warm, spicy from the cinnamon. And that ambery smell, nice and sweet, boozy. Man, this is such good stuff. It's one of my favorites from the house.
That sounds amazing, man.
It
That
really is.
fruity.
it's right at that $50 mark. Like the three that I picked are right in that realm of $40 to $50. So I'm like on the edge of what I consider cheap, but still cheap to me.
I went lower than that.
Because I
Yeah, I
was
got I
looking
got
around, I was looking at it like, what do I am I realistically like looking forward to wearing? I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want to just like,
yeah.
oh, that's a good one to talk about. No, I really want to wear this. You know,
I went to the 99-cent store and got some inspired buys. I'm just saying. No, I'm
yeah,
just
I don't
playing.
believe you.
We yeah, we got some nice stuff. So we're gonna get into it real quick. We're gonna talk about my next fragrance. This is from the house of Latafa, one of the best clones that I've got my nose on. This is Vintage Radio.
Wow,
Have you tried this?
I own it.
This is a
I
parrot.
feel like it's a little heavier from. That's going to be more like winter weather for me.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. You could definitely rock this in the winter. I did. I rocked it, and it was probably about 70 degrees out here, and it worked out perfectly. I love the fragrance. You got plum. It's sweet. You got some woods in here. Believe it has Palo Santo, some sandalwood. Really beautiful fragrance. I know a lot of people in the chat have definitely checked this out before. Um,
It's got some hype on it. How cool would it be if the bottle was actually that vintage radio instead of a picture of a vintage radio?
you know what? I really don't mind these bottles. They're not bad. And you definitely get that plum. I love the plum in it. Vintage Radio is a Paragon clone. So you get
Hmm.
lots of plums. You see the lady in the back picking the plums. Good juice, man. And this is what, 30 something bucks maybe? Not bad
I
at all.
think maybe $32, $33 at best. Yeah, you can get it for a really good price. There's a lot of love for that fragrance. Latafa
Not
in
not
general. There's not too
not
many
not bad at all.
popular Latafas that don't get tons of love.
A Doubtful Rocking Percival. I know you like that fragrance.
Indeed. Percival for Adolfo, he won that in one of the member giveaways.
Stan, hey, he's putting it to good
That
use.
bottle came from the member giveaway. Yeah, that's a
It,
4.2
it's
ounce, I believe.
it's not on Macari. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, let's get to your next fragrance real quick.
So we're sticking with cheapies, or are we going
Stick
different
no,
subjects?
no, we're gonna stick with cheapies. Yeah.
So with this one, I did wear it this past week. I did do some test sprays, did full wearing. It's a little heavy for my taste for right now. It is wildly redundant for a lot of people, and when I say that, you probably know where I'm going with this. It's all the rave right now. Hawas Black.
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, guess what? Mine's in the mail already from Canada. You know what? You know where it's
This
coming
is,
from.
and I got a bottle that's going to be part of the member giveaway as well for the All Star tier. That's going to be the second wheel spin. It is really good, but if you got stuff that smells like Hachivat, you got it covered already. Now, the thing I will say in its favor is aside from Barouge Spiritus from Dumont, that's the
Mhm.
two I would say dupes, if you will, of Hachivat that are the best I've ever smelled as far as representation of the profile, the quality you get, and the immense performance. Because Hachivat's a beast, and
You
both Spiritus and this are beasts. This is probably the strongest of the three, even stronger than Hachivat, honestly.
you remember Perlador? That's really good as well. The Carlisle
Perlador is
clone.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for
really
sure.
good. Great
So
scent. Lasts a long
with
time
this
as
one
well.
though, the biggest difference is it doesn't have any of the spice or smoke that a lot of the other ones have with the oak moss. I think you get just as much of the cedar wood note as you do as the mossy note, and it gives this drier woody green type of smell for the oak moss. They really kind of play off of one another very well, the cedar wood and the oak moss. So honestly, because of that, because it doesn't have those heavier elements of being smoky or really spicy, I think it makes it the most versatile of the bunch. I think even more so than Hachivat, where that's a very classy oak moss chypre heavy fragrance, even though it's very fruity in the top, which this is as well. That dry down, this is a little bit more versatile because you lack some of the spice and smokiness, and it just makes it, I guess, a smoother overall wearing experience is what I'm getting at. It's really good. It deserves the love it's getting. I just have been the biggest advocate for just be wise to know that this is super redundant for a lot of stuff people have.
Yeah, and see, even the redundancy thing for the people that we're talking to right now, if it
Mhm.
changes just a little bit, it's worth it, in my
I
opinion.
explain the change that I get, the difference I get. And look, if you're a big fan of the profile already, then you're probably going to buy this because to me, or anybody that values my opinion, it is one of the better ones, if not possibly the best one I've smelled that represents Hachivat's profile. And then I mean, it's ridiculous how it performs, man. It's
Do me
totally
a favor.
unnecessary.
Do me a favor. Show them the side of that juice and that color. That
Oh,
is
it's
not
super,
Hashivat.
super dark.
Hashivat don't look like that. I guarantee
No,
it.
no, I
It's
would not spray this on my clothes either. I wouldn't risk it. I think
that's
that's a
crazy.
dangerous game of roulette on what's going to happen with your clothes if you spray it. Because
Yeah,
when you spray it on skin, it leaves like you rubbed Crisco or
I
vegetable oil on
saw
your
that.
hand,
I saw
and it's
that.
a dark color.
Hashivat doesn't do that. That's why I'm thinking that has to be more warm than Hashivat is.
Not really. Not like you would
Wow,
think.
that's crazy.
It
So it's a lot of
wears
it's
really well. It's the feel of the oil is, when I say wears well, I'm taking out of completely out of the
yes.
factoring of the actual oil on your skin, because yeah, it's going to be noticeably oily for hours and hours and hours wherever you spray it. But the actual sillage that you're going to live in for the whole time until you take it off of your skin, it's on. Yeah, this
We
isn't
gotta
something that just fades away after 10 hours. It's until you take your shower, it's noticeably there. Your nose will probably come and go from fatigue over time because it is that powerful. It's like I said, it deserves a lot of the love that it's getting and will continue to get. The more people get bottles and get their noses on it, you're going to hear the overhyped, you're going to hear the super hype. You're going to hear both sides of it because you know how it is. When something gets a ton of love, it's going to get a ton of hate too
yeah.
because it's getting love. So this is him for right now. In the moment, this is him.
And if you guys are shopping on Frag Buy, you could go to use Ross's code or whatever. Yes,
I would
sir.
appreciate that. I would
I got
appreciate
mine
that.
from Fragrance Buy. It's also on sale a couple different spots. I know you were talking about it earlier on your live stream. Um,
Oh,
Joe
I
Machot,
took a shot.
the Joe
Took a shot
Machot
at
thing.
Joma
Yeah,
Shop this morning. I
yeah,
took a shot at them in the beginning of my video this morning. I was like,
yeah.
you see what they did? They were
Check out
$70
Ross's
because they
video
were
for
the
sure.
first. They were the first because they were $70, and then as soon as everybody else started coming, because you had for $57 plus a 5% code perfume box. Then Fragrance Buy came at $47. Joma Shop dropped their price to $40.99. I think they're 42 right now. And both
They
the
know what?
reps for both of the other places pointed it out to me. That's how I even knew it. They're like, you saw how Joma Shop freaked out and dropped the price, right? Because that's exactly what happened. Joma Shop was gouging everybody.
Yeah, they know what
Because
they're
as
doing over
soon as
there.
they got competition, they dropped their price $27, $28, something like that.
Yeah.
It shows they were ripping
Hey,
people off.
but you gotta pay to be first, and for a fragrance like that, I've never had a problem. If it's quality and it is what it is. I love Hawas. I love Hawas Ice for the price. You
I
can't
wanted to
beat it.
wait, man. I
You
wanted to
know.
wait, and I'm glad I did. Because
Yeah.
now I'm able to say, "Hi, I see what y'all did," and I'm able to call them out for it. Not because honestly, I think I'd be not more upset, but I think I'd rub it in even more if I actually did pay $70 for it. Because I try to not give them my money because of how slow they are. Oh, good news for those of you that knew I bit the bullet and bought Versace Eros Energy from them. It did get a tracking number today, so it seems like it's on the move.
Nice. I got a tracking number today as well. Where'd you order it from?
Eros Energy. I
Okay.
bought it about a week ago, and it said 3 to 5 days, so they did pretty good. I got to give
You
them their
got
due here. I took a shot at them this morning. Now I got to give them a little pat on the back.
you got
Good
about two
job, done.
days till Frag Buy drops the price and gets it up there and all that.
Well, it's actually cheaper from them. They got a listing for it. They just didn't have the stock yet.
Nice. All right, we're gonna get into the next one. This is one that you're gonna enjoy. I know you like the house, and I know that there's one in particular that's not the one I chose. That you rock with. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Oof. That's my favorite of the bunch, though.
Really, I know you like
Hmm.
that. I know you like that. And I'm about to pop the cap off. I hate this cap. This,
I know I do too.
this cap is trash. Um, Basically, it locks when you turn it. You guys probably know already. This is a Tonka bean. It's got some leather in it. It lasts a really long time. What does this go for, Ross? $30 or something like that?
These days, it's around 40-ish. It used to be a $30 fragrance. It's more like 40 to 50 these days, but it's still worth it. Sweet coffee, leather, Tonka, man,
Cinnamon.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good juice, man. And you can't go wrong for the price. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, and it's not something that I recently just got, but it's one of those things every now and then you wanna smell a little sweet. Not bad at all.
Well, it gets compared to Halloween Man X a lot, and I think it's very superior to Halloween Man X. I think
Yeah,
Halloween Man X is good after the you get into the away from that opening a little bit because the opening's pretty cheap smelling. Dry
spend the
down's
extra
really good.
$5. Spend the extra
Yeah,
five
spend,
bucks.
spend the extra $5-6 and get one more signature. It is much better.
Thick Latina says shout outs. All right. Let's get back to you.
So with this one, what everybody assumed Hawas Black was going to be, it is not, which made this not be redundant to have. Armaf's Club de Nuit per show, or Precious One, however you want to say it. Tomato, tomato. The South Louisiana coon ass in me wants to say per show. That looks like per show, like Thibodeau and Boudreaux, and that looks like per show. But this is very much a strong representation of Absolute Aventus. Slight differences. It is a little bit more fruity. It's a little bit more woodsy. Similar spice. Overall, out in the air, probably wouldn't tell a difference between the two. This one's right around high 40s, low 50s, depending on where you find it. Really good performance. And of the Club de Nuit line, probably the highest quality smelling fragrance they've put out. I got to give it to them. And based on it being Roman numeral number 1, I lead that to believe this is the first in a line of fragrances, which I'm eager to see what's going to follow because this is legit. This is a really good fragrance. I do think Absolute Aventus was a phenomenal release from Creed, even though I don't feel that I need a bottle. This satisfies the need for the profile. I do enjoy wearing this one quite a bit. And I'm actually looking forward to wearing it because it's, again, a little too heavy for my current weather. So fall, I think, is going to be ideal for this. This is something you can get away with every day for anything.
Yeah, I like the fact that they got the little dangly thing on there instead of and pause on that, by the way. Shout outs to the chat. And it's not that circle that Armoff's been doing that just falls off and just goes nowhere.
Yeah, mine
Very
has
cool.
all of mine have survived. I've never had one break off yet.
Nice. Yeah, not bad at all. We're gonna get into my next one. We are on cheapies. You just did your third one, or was that the second one?
That was my third cheapie. Yeah,
Third one. Okay, so we got one for me. Let's get it. This is from the House of Fragrance World, I believe. EDP. This is called Mocha Wood. Yeah. Have
Dedrick
you
sent me a
tried this one?
decant. Yeah, Dedrick sent me a decant. One of our decant swaps is strong.
Yeah, it's nice. It's boozy. Um, you got some damn, we got the close up of me. Shout outs.
Mhm.
Um,
Zoomed in, baby.
it's boozy. I get some chocolate out of it. A little bit of mocha out of it. It's sweet. Um, Woods really nice for the price. Probably like $28, something around that price point. Uh, these ones all punch above their weight. So if you want to smell good, now what I like about this one is it's an EDP concentration. It lasts, but it acts almost like a EDT. It's aromatic, and it definitely works for this time of the year. Super nice fragrance. This one, what did I get? Like the chocolate, and I don't think they list chocolate in this one, but I definitely get some chocolate off of this one. Really nice. And you said you tried this one before, right?
Yeah, it's very strong. I've debated on grabbing a bottle. It's just I'm very seasonal, so I had been in the mode to buying fresher stuff. Now I'm starting to slide into the fall season with my purchasing. So as I get closer, into more appropriate weather, I'm probably going to end up getting a bottle because it was very impressive. I couldn't believe it was a Fragrance World fragrance. The quality of it, very loud, very
Right?
strong, very bright for being boozy like that. It's very
Yes.
bright.
I love when that happens because right when you start this fall, coming from summer, the to transition over, there's still some hot days. I think it's 90 degrees out here in California today. I'm not gonna rock that in 90, but I'll rock it in 75, 70, something like that. And definitely below that, you can get away with something like that at nighttime and not offend anybody. You know,
Oh, that's a
it,
great evening fragrance because of those boozy characteristics and it's ambery. Yeah,
definitely
for
doesn't smell cheap. We'll
no,
give it,
that's what I meant by I was surprised it was a Fragrance World fragrance.
yeah,
It
and
definitely
it
like
might.
above its price point for sure.
That's one of those fragrance world fragrances. When I first sprayed it, it's I knew it was gonna be good, and now it smells better. I have to wait a little bit with those guys.
Yeah, they gotta macerate a little bit. Yeah, for sure. So, what subcategory would you like to go into next? Designer or niche?
Designer, of course. Yeah, we gotta leave the niche for last.
Well, I've actually made a video about fall fragrances I can't wait to wear, and this was in the thumbnail. Cobalt Elixir, Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir. I love Bad Boy Cobalt, and this just improves upon the DNA by taking some of that kind of sharp, scratchy synthetic nature that actually I find super attractive about the original, and smooths it out. It makes it a deeper, richer, thicker fragrance. Sweetens things up a bit more, even though I don't think they listed the plum in this one. I still smell the plum from the original. I get less Invictus Platinum and Coach for Men, which is basically the blend of what I think the original is, and more of this like truffle, vanillic, sweet, powdered tonka bean mixed with fruity plum, a little bit of an
That sounds good.
amberwood type of smell. It's really strong, man. For cooler weather, I don't think this is going to get near the love it should. This is a relatively new release. It came out like latter portion of 2023, I believe. Or did it come out this year? If it did come out this year, it was the very beginning of the year. But I think this is going to not get the love I feel it deserves. Again, it's my own opinion, but man, this stuff's really good. I think both Cobalt fragrances are the best of the Bad Boy line, personally, just
Yeah.
for my taste in particular. And this one, I mean, I think the reason I give the original so much love is because it's so much more versatile in the warmer climate that I live in. But just from the just overall appeal of how it smells, this is the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
really, really good.
did they
Tried
get rid
this?
of that melon note? No, I haven't tried the elixir.
No, it's more about plum, I find. Plum, truffle,
Okay.
tonka, stuff like that. Has a little bit of that cacao. I don't even think cacao is listed, but a little bit of that cacao DNA from the original Bad Boy. I do smell it in there.
Shout out to everybody dropping in the chat. We got CH Prive uh dropping sense of the day. I love that. Yeah, yeah. I remember that fragrance being very like sweet, youthful with that melon
Mhm.
note. Something that you could definitely rock in the summertime. I would say probably summer on a nice breezy day would be perfect for something like the first one. So I'm excited to try that one and
Yeah,
see
it's
what that one's
really
about.
good. They definitely improved upon it. It warrants the name Elixir because they definitely richen up these Elixir marketed fragrances.
Yeah.
They're typically parfum concentrations and just have a deeper profile versus the original. I think that's basically what the method to the Elixir flanker is. Just make it a parfum and make it a deep twist.
Get
'Cause they
that
don't
money,
change.
right?
Yeah, they don't change it a whole lot. Look, we're all suckers for it. We all buy them.
And
So
some of them are really good.
I find with the Elixir flankers, a lot of them are really good. Like Jean Paul Gaultier, I'm still waiting on Le Beau Elixir.
I think they
Still
know
waiting.
if they make an elixir and it's super trash, that it's not gonna sit well with people. So
No, because the
they're
Le
gonna
Beau line gets a ton of love.
yeah. Yeah, LeBeau is great with that coconut type of vibe. I love the coconut and those fragrance. It's definitely something that I could rock to Bora Bora or something. Chilling, coastal breeze type situation. Very
Yeah,
nice
for
choice,
sure.
man. All right, let's get into my next one.
I'm super curious.
I got chocolate in the background. It's not a chocolate fragrance. Let's get that out of there. This is underrated. Punches above its belt once again. You know, I would say almost a hidden gem. It's been out for a minute. You might know what that bottle looks like.
Ooh, Robert Graham,
Robert Graham.
you're muted. You're muted, Spencer.
Yeah, I did mute myself.
There you go.
Yeah, this is Robert Graham, and this is Valor.
That's the most popular one too.
And it's not crazy popular. You know what I mean? The
Hmm.
the amp the amber in this fragrance, it's very airy. It's got coffee in it. Really beautiful, man. Definitely. This is something that you can class up. These caps, you got to spin them in the right way in order to click them down. Really nice fragrance, man. Um, and the whole line, these go for what, about $60? Aromatic coffee,
Rough.
amber, think Grand Soir, um, something in that type of wheelhouse. Very beautiful, and I love rocking it. You could definitely dress it up. Be good for work too.
Indeed. Sorry, responding to something real quick.
Yeah, take your
So
time.
my next one, this is one of my favorite designer releases of the year. Hands down, I've been talking about it quite a bit. I've only done some test sprays with it because it is just way too heavy for the humidity. Those of you gourmand lovers or anybody that likes the Scandal line, Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal Absolute is an absolute delight if you're looking for a great honey fragrance. This has this rich honey like feel, even though it's not honey listed. It's a caramel note, I believe, and it's got that thick, syrupy honey like sweetness to it, but it's not over the top. And I say this every time, I don't remember, I need to double check. I don't remember if there's florals listed in here, but I get this kind of floral accord in the heart of the fragrance. You get that classic sweetness of the original. This far superior to the EDT. I know a lot of people are fans of the Le Parfum, and I don't find it's over the top redundant to the Le Parfum. Again, this is more of a syrupy, thick fragrance. But I don't find it sickeningly sweet either. But there's also the bias of my taste where I like sweet designers. Not everybody's a fan of that because I'll get asked about sweet designers all the time. Is it feminine? I don't think any of them are, but to some they can. So if you find very sweet fragrances feminine, then I guess, yeah, then there you go. It's feminine, but not to me. I think there's a nice woody and slightly darker element to it in the dry down that really kind of levels it off from being too sweet, even though I find it's honestly the least sweet of the three. The way I described it begs to differ. But because I actually did a comparison among the three, when you put them side by side by side, this is the most well-rounded of the bunch, and I would think the most well-received. But I haven't really seen it. Granted, I don't watch a bunch of content, but as far as the audience and people posting about what they're wearing, I don't really see anybody talking about it. So I think this is a highly slept-on release for the year. And I think once we get into fall for real a bit more, and some people give it a chance, I think more people will get on board with this one.
Yeah,
It's really good.
yeah. I have not tried that. Shout out Bro Sense, James Curtis, Chris, all you guys that are dropping in. Oh, to Cheap. Uh, congratulating on the 1K and all that good stuff, dropping your scent of the days. It's nice to have
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
here for sure. All right, we're gonna get into my next one. Let's go. Now, one of my favorite fragrances to wear, which is got a lot of sex appeal to it. This one doesn't have as much sex appeal, but it does have something different than the other one. And this is Dolce and Gabbana Royal Night.
The one I don't have.
Yeah. This is a beautiful fragrance because you still pick up on the one EDP. It doesn't have the tobacco. It adds spices. It lasts longer, and it's more woody. I think this one's still available. I know they had it for a great price at one point. This one's definitely slept on if you're looking to, if you like that profile, which I know females love this profile. Um, Definitely one to rock with. A great designer. I wanted to go with some different ones. There's a lot that I could have done. There's a lot that you could have done as far as choosing what to rock. Um, I try to do
One thing
something that's
I've
not
learned
as
about with
popular.
you over time, I've noticed you're very akin to how I am with designers. Like I wear designers more than anything else. I have some beautiful
Cardamom.
fragrances, but I'm a designer guy.
Yeah, very cardamom heavy on this one.
See, that's the only one I don't have. I have Luminous and I have Mysterious. I just don't have that one.
I have the Fragrance World clone of Luminous because I couldn't find Luminous forever. I mean,
It's
it just
accurate.
went away. Yeah.
It's accurate, and believe it or not, I mean, you've seen the quality of the Mysterious, that line in particular. Um, I do find Luminous Night is a little bit higher quality. I don't know, maybe if it's the blend or the quality of the oils or whatever. It does smell a little bit nicer, but as far as just out in the air, indiscernible differences. I don't
Since
think
since
people would really tell me.
since I'm at 1,000 subs now, maybe Dolce Gabbana's watching me now. Just playing. They need to come out with an elixir of the EDP. But for now, that'd
Ooh, the
definitely
one
that'd definitely work.
elixir.
That'd be crazy.
Dolce and Gabbana don't really like. They've been focusing on the wrong lines. They kind of don't really do it. They didn't do no light blue flanker this year, which was
Yeah.
surprising, and
Well,
they
I
haven't really done anything with the one line in a while. It's been
that
years.
summer, what was it called? Summers. It wasn't Summer Vibes because that's something else I'm thinking in my head.
No, Summer Vibes was
Some.
the last
Oh, it
light
was
blue
Summer
flanker.
Vibes. Yeah, it was
It was
kind of too
2022.
warm. It was warm for a summer fragrance. I wanted some brightness. I wanted some punch. I like Dolce and Gabbana, the female version of light blue. It's top notch. Um,
The
I don't know if
Intense
you've ever
too.
tried to spray that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I got both. I got the original and the Intense for women. Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Shout out Charm. All right, we got another one for you. Let's get it.
Let's do it. So this one, another highly slept on fragrance, in my opinion. Any fans of YSL L'Homme in the house? Because you should
Yeah,
try L'Homme Eau
definitely.
de Parfum if you haven't.
Very
I
nice.
just recently picked this up. It does smell true to the original. It's warmer, it's richer, it's more woodsy, and it even has a little bit of a boozy feel to it. I don't even remember if there's like a bourbon or a cognac or anything in there, or a rum. I don't remember if that note's in there, but it comes across a tad boozy and warm to me. Again, woody, ginger. You get all of those elements that are there from the original, just heavier. What an eau de parfum versus an eau de toilette should be, if you're going to stay really close to the original's profile, just richen it up, thicken it up, warm it up. Here you have it. I just think it's so slept. It smells so good. For anybody that likes the original, you owe it to yourself to try this fragrance. It's probably the flanker you've been waiting on and didn't even realize it. If you wish this, that, and the other about the eau de toilette, this might solve what you were looking for. You're not going to have the same level of freshness, but it is a much better performer, and it still offers a lot of the same versatility, just in a slightly milder weather setting. Hence why I think it's going to be ideal for the fall. I haven't even attempted to do a full wearing here in the summer because I don't think that's going to work out as well as I would like it to. Maybe not the worst choice, but I think fall, much better choice for this one.
Shout out to Joe rocking one of my favorites, Ormond J. Montebaco Intensivo. Beautiful fragrance. We got RXL in the building, and he likes chicken burgers. Shout out to RXL. Rick's in the building.
Shout outs to chicken burgers.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a chicken burger, right? All right, we're gonna get into my next one. I know you're gonna enjoy this fragrance. You know,
Uh oh.
I got I think I got good taste.
I think so. Mm. I almost grabbed that one. I almost
The le-
grabbed that one. It was between that and Scandal Absolute.
yeah, you already know it tones
Mm.
down that violet leaf, but that violet leaf is definitely there. They didn't get rid of it. If they got rid of it, I would have got rid of this. This has booze to it. It's got vanilla
Mm-hmm.
to it, and it's got that violet leaf. Mm,
You get a lot
I
of the
think
licorice. I get a lot of it.
licorice for sure as well on that one, but definitely got that violet leaf. For those that don't know, that violet leaf has that gasoline smell. I think everybody in my chat knows. This is a great one to go with. If you have not went with this one yet, definitely check it out. This is the Le Parfum from Dior Fahrenheit. Let's go.
Speaking of slept on, I'll never forget because before I got it, I had watched Carlos talk about it. Rest in peace, Carlos, Brooklyn fragrance lover. And it really stuck with me what he said about it in his final thoughts because I feel the exact same way. In many ways, it's almost the perfect designer fragrance when you really step back and look at how it's composed, the way it performs, the presence that it brings with its profile. It's masterfully done. It's really good. And it doesn't get touted in that way. You don't see a lot of people show it love like you would think, like the parfum version of an all time great, you know?
Yeah, we got niche now. You
Uh
excited for
oh.
that?
I've got some very specific options here, starting with one that I have never worn. I've been waiting for the right weather. Any Ganymede fans will not need this fragrance because you have Ganymede. It's super redundant. This is Gritty Supernova. This is
Mmm.
very much like Ganymede. It is greener, just like the bottle color would indicate. It is heavier on the green accords, but it is a dead ringer for Ganymede. I don't find it's has because with Ganymede I get a little bit of a lactonic feel to it. I don't get that here. Still get all that metallic green woody element that makes Ganymede Ganymede.
You get
And still
lactonic off of Ganymede, huh?
I do get a little bit of a lactonic accord from it. Yeah.
On both?
No, not on this one. On Ganymede, I get slight milky lactonic meets metallic kind of thing in the opening. It's just for a little while. It doesn't stay the whole time. I would say 20 minutes or so, and then it's gone. Whereas I don't get that at all here, which makes me prefer it. I'm very eager to wear this one. I think this is the
Mm.
best interpretation I've ever smelled of Ganymede, and it's probably because it's a niche fragrance.
What's the price
If it
point
was
on that? Because I'm
oh, these are
interested.
really, really expensive from
180?
retail. I would wait. No, they're like 300. I
Yeah,
would
damn.
wait. Yeah, wait, because Fragrance Spy has been getting them. They got Mango Oud recently for 180. I still say
180.
wait
I saw that.
because Rebellion, which is basically niche Chanel Allure Sport Eau Extreme, it's a dead ring. It's a little greener again, but pretty much a dead ring. I got that for 95 from Fragrance Spy. So
Mm.
while the hype and Mango Oud and Supernova and stuff are on the newer side, wait. Just wait
You
6 months and
so
you'll probably be able to get it for $100.
so yeah, that mango one. I know Charms really likes that fragrance.
Oh
Yeah, shout out.
God, it's amazing. It smells like a mango meets nectar cream snow cone to me with oud.
Mm, very
I know that's
nice.
weird sounding, but when you smell it, oh God, that's one of those like
Those,
make your mouth water and eyes roll kind of fragrances to me.
those bottles are deceptive, man. I've been looking at them from the front, but when you turned it to the side, I was like, oh, there's the juice. That's where it went.
Hmm. Yeah, it just stacks really well, like books on a bookshelf.
Very nice.
That's good stuff.
So you say wait a little bit on on the price
Wait,
point on those.
wait. Maybe
Noted.
dabble in the house with others. Like that's why I grabbed Rebellion. I was like, hell, I'm so impressed with the two that I got sent that I wanted to buy some more. And when I saw the 95 for Rebellion, I saw the profile and it was like Chanel Allure Sporto Extreme. I was like, I'll roll the dice
Yeah,
on that for 95 bucks.
Joe Anthony says 335 retail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're really expensive, man. I wouldn't, if they want to stop sending me stuff for telling people not to do it, I don't care. That's the truth. I said it in my live stream. Like, no, it's really expensive. You need to test this first.
Have you tried the
Um,
extrait of Ganymede?
no, I haven't tried the X-ray, just the original, the Eau de Parfum.
Very similar. You're getting about another hour and a little bit more warm, ambery type of thing. They're so close.
Too redundant to each other to have both.
Yeah, and it pushes the original one. It pushes. You know what I didn't like was that B8. What is it, 26 or whatever? Yeah, I was B six
683,
six something like that.
something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
that thing is yeah. Maybe 10 years from now, it's smelling like an old man to me. Definitely pushes though. That thing is a beast. All right, we're gonna get into my next one real quick. We're into the niche
Do it.
territory. I'm excited.
As am
Um,
I.
Now this is one of those ones, and I'm gonna sniff the cap because I love doing that to this particular fragrance. You can already see what the bottle looks like. This is from the House of Electimus, and this is Vanilla Adesia.
Never smelled it.
Shout out Cecile Zarokian.
The queen.
It's not gonna be for everybody. This is a 2023 release, I believe. You are getting a ridiculous, beautiful blend on this fragrance. What I get from it for the most part is gonna be spices, and I think that's what's gonna throw some people off because when you think Cecile Zarokian, you think Ani. There's vanilla in here. It's called Vanilla Adesia. Adesia means like food or food in abundance or something to that effect. Um, oh man, this is so beautiful, man. I get orange in the opening. I get some orange. Um, Really beautiful fragrance. It's got some rose, some heliotrope, now cinnamon, high cinnamon concentration. What throws people off on this fragrance is the cumin note. Not everybody's gonna rock with cumin. Your skin might not rock with. You might like it off of the atomizer, but when you actually put it to your skin, this is so beautiful, addicting. I love it. Not everybody's gonna love this fragrance.
So shout outs to we had 71, now it's 68. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Make sure to subscribe and like the stream. As you can see, Spencer puts a lot into these live streams for those of you just popping by for the first time. Definitely check out more from Spencer. So for me, speaking of Spencer, I felt it was only right because I've been waiting for the weather. Spencer was on my ass for quite a while. He knows exactly where I'm going with this when I say that. For quite a
Yep.
while, I finally bit the bullet and bought Vertu Soul Patchouli. Per Spencer's request, he insisted over and over and over that I would enjoy this, and I'll be damned if this isn't one of the best patchouli fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. Very green. The iris isn't overdone here, but noticeable. It's not mega powdery, but of course there's a little bit of powder because you have notes like iris here, but it's such a relatively smooth, rich, non-chocolatey, not too dirty of a patchouli. I don't find it is. I believe it's a little dirtier for you, right, Spencer?
It gets dirty, and it's a nice
I don't find it.
transition. it gets dirty on my skin. You know what it reminds me of? If you took like a green lollipop and you dropped it in the soil and you picked it back up and just sniffed it.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah,
It does.
like a
Yeah.
lollipop kind of
That
thing. Yeah,
opening is so tricky because it's so sweet.
it
It's
smells
so
so good
green.
though.
Yeah, the
Like this
patchouli
is
is
one
it.
that I just can't bring myself to wear it. It's so strong too. This
Yeah.
would be terrible in the heat. And honestly, it's not going to be one of those very warm days in the fall. I think evenings out when we're going to go to dinner and such, when it's not just a by the beach type of restaurant, when we're actually going to have a nice meal somewhere, is where I'm going to pull this one out. The quality here is top tier. Um, this actually is very impressive. Dare I say, the best patchouli heavy fragrance that I think I've gotten my nose on. Nothing comes to mind that I would say I could put over this one. So Spencer was 100% right on this one. Now, would I encourage you to go blind buy it? No. If you're an absolute lover of patchouli, obviously if it's a safer trigger pull for you, but it's worth trying if you like patchouli dominant fragrances. Really good quality leafy green, slightly earthy to me, a little bit dirtier to Spencer, but very green leafy type of patchouli dominance here with some good florals and a nice fruity tone in the opening. Like I said, the opening's a little tricky, but not in a bad
Tricky.
way. It's just different.
Yeah, very nice. And the longevity on it for being such a bright fragrance.
Yeah.
The transitions on it are really nice. You know, I said wait a while. And you know what it might be as well? You purchased yours about what, 3, 4 weeks ago? Something like that.
A little over that, like maybe a month and a half, something like that.
My bottle's probably a year old and it might have done some things.
So it's developed a bit and macerated. Once you start spraying it,
Yeah, yeah, that could definitely be it. We
this is a
got
good.
Mikey Densmore in the building. Shout out to Mikey Densmore. You guys check him out. He has some amazing fragrances. One of my favorite is Tycoon. You know, I've tried so many. I bought so many. Tycoon. I have 4 bottles, or maybe 5 bottles. You know,
Damn.
20 ml, 100 ml, 100 ml, 100 ml, 100 ml. It's now that's one I'd actually thought about putting on this list because the
Mhm.
concentration on that would be perfect for fall if you want to smell fresh. You know, a little fruity. Pause on that. You know, man, I love it. You know, it's its take on Oligarch, but it is not. It's not gonna have that brightness to it because Mikey puts so much concentration in his fragrances that they change.
Does it?
Oceana, Triton, it changes. So you get the
It
vibes,
changes
but
the
it's
experience
different.
on that
Yeah, it
fragrance.
does. It does. It definitely
If you
does.
compare it to the original, the profile's the same, but the way it reacts is different because you lose all of the brightness, but it lasts forever.
I
Same thing with
I was
his Provolone clone.
Yes, he had. Oh man, man, he's such a good guy too,
Oh
and you
yeah,
know,
he
it's
is.
somebody you could talk to about different things, and you know, Joe Anthony's got a fragrance.
Joe
Shout
Anthony's
out
got
to
many
Sour
fragrances
Patch
this year
Kids, different variations of Sour Patch Kids. I think his bestseller, Fallen
to this
Leaf.
day.
You know,
I asked.
Fallen Leaf could have easily went on this list for sure. So
I
many good
debated on that as
fragrances.
my wild card. I did. It crossed my mind, but I
Yeah.
have something very specific that I wanted to. It was the first fragrance I grabbed as my
You know what's
wild card.
crazy? I was saving it. I was saving it because I thought he wasn't making it anymore. He still makes Fallen Leaf, so I'm gonna spray up the rest of what I got, and that fragrance lasts. It's a beast mode fragrance. Fallen Leaf is a concoction of popular fall fragrances mashed together with some booze, and it pushes out there. You might have to be mindful. You should have to be mindful on that one. You could spray a couple sprays and be more than good to go on a cold day.
Yeah,
Shout
for
out to
sure.
Mikey Densmore.
So
I
for
was gonna
me, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, for you what?
No, what were you going to say? It's all good. It's no rush.
I was gonna say that it's your turn because you did
Oh,
Soul Patchouli, but you actually did Soul Patchouli. I didn't
yeah.
grab for Social Patchouli, but you know that's you know I love that fragrance, man. Very nice.
So is it on me? I'm tripping now. I forgot.
No, it's not. But you did Soul
Okay. So,
Patchouli, and I would think that I would grab for Soul Patchouli. I didn't.
yeah,
But
I messed this all up. My bad.
I could have easily done that. These are fragrances that we're looking forward to that we fell for. These aren't necessarily the best fragrances we
Well,
have. These are fragrances that are different sometimes, you know.
I think the reason I got so mixed up on this is because you're the person that got me to buy this in the first place. This is a Spencer, not so famous YouTuber recommendation. And I think maybe
Very
that's what
nice.
got me a little confused here. So
Very nice. And definitely buy it at a discounter. Those fragrances can be really expensive. I have 24 karat, it's like $450 retail. You can get that for 120 bucks, Definitely check out Ross's links and all that good stuff. Fragrance by Canada still has a lot of those. You can find them on Joma Shop for a really good price as well.
shout out to Sloma Shop.
Yeah, shout out to Sloma Shop for sure. You
They did
order
good.
hey, you know
They
what's
did good.
crazy? I think I ordered 12 or 13 fragrances and they shipped them almost one by one by one. I got it from FedEx, I got it from UPS, I got it from USPS, just different packages. I'm like, this costs you so much money. I paid shipping one time and I got them
Yeah.
like a month later. Some of them, yeah, it's crazy. Prices are
Sloma
nice. They
Shop.
get you with those
It's a
prices.
justified nickname. It really is.
Yeah. You know who ships pretty fast is Venba. Fragrance Buy does a pretty good job. Even though with me, Fragrance Buy, it seems like they wait for me to put in another order. I have to tell them like, hey, I'm just putting in one order. I'm not gonna buy another one so you guys can do
I've
what you
had that
do and
happen where they combine the orders into one package. I have had that
yeah,
happen a few times actually. Because
yeah,
like the
for
next day,
sure.
I ended up buying like, oh shit, they restocked something today, and I ended up buying two more fragrances. It all comes together in one package.
We're getting down to the tail end. Let's get
Yeah,
into
for
my
sure.
next one.
That's 78 in the chat, man. Thank you guys for showing up for Spencer. I sure appreciate anybody coming over from my side. I sure appreciate it. Show Spencer some love.
Definitely, definitely. All right. I think you're gonna like this one. I think you're gonna like this one a lot. Now you're a fan
I've
of
been digging the
Zahar.
list so far.
You're a fan of Zaharoff, obviously.
No,
Not a
no,
question,
not
right?
me.
You like you like Orem, right?
I do.
You like Fort and Manley,
That was,
right?
of course, that brand. Oh
This is
God,
all the Queen's Men.
look at that gorgeous color. I mean, I know that's
Beautiful.
irrelevant to how it smells, but that is gorgeous to look at. That's some shelf bling right there.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you like
Tell me.
Orem, most people like Orem. Orem's gonna be
Hmm.
a fragrance that is mass appealing. It's got sweetness to it. It's got honey to it. That honeycomb. Beautiful fragrance. Something that you can easily pass to a woman, pass to a man. They're gonna smell good, mass appealing. This is not that fragrance, but this is freaking beautiful. This is animalic. This is more beeswax. This is waxy. This is dried fruits. This is addicting. Amazing
Mm.
fragrance. And it makes me want to try more from the house. I want to get that purple suede one you've been talking about. What's that? What's
Man,
what's that?
it
What's that
is
one called?
Mr. Bortnikov. I forgot how the name
They
is.
they got some wild names, man.
Purple Hat. The second
Purple
part of
hat,
the name is
yeah.
Purple Hat, but Bortnikov. I forgot it. It's that kind of name. But A, the bottle looks amazing, and B, to this day, I still couldn't believe how George Atkinson, the artist formerly known as the Fragrance Apprentice, raved 10 Ways to Sunday. When I went to the Royal Rumble at the beginning of this year in Tampa, we met up. He went with me, and we did some content in Nigerian Giant Omasa's hotel room, and they were blown away. Like it was like perfect 10 out of 10 from George Atkinson. I was shocked at how much he was into that because it's a little bit of a challenge. It's a chocolate, heavy fragrance, but it's really smoky, really dark fragrance too. Like I find it's more of a bitter dark chocolate. Like they listed as a main accord being gourmand. I don't think it's that delicious and delectable. I think it's more of an impressive fragrance than something tasty.
Mm.
It's got a lot of hype for a good reason. That's a really special fragrance.
Mikey says that he'll never stop falling leaf. I
I,
gotta,
I could believe that because that's kind of the brainchild of his love for fall and fragrances mixed into a bottle.
Mikey, we hit 1K. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Mike.
Mikey was trying to get me up there. Gave out a couple of the are they
What's
10
fallen leaf?
mils?
17
Are they
mils.
15? 17. Yeah, they're a little
17
different. Yeah, 17 mLs. And what fragrance did he give out again?
fallen leaf.
Fallen Leaf. Beautiful
Go fallen
fragrance.
leaf.
So, shout out to him. I'm gonna have to come up with a question. My favorite fragrance, as I told you, is Tycoon. We hit
Hmm.
1,000. I got my friend Ross on right here. So I'm gonna come up with a question at the end of all this, and I'm gonna give out 100 mil of Tycoon to one of you guys. You know,
Damn.
you guys have been great to me. You know, the content that you get from watching. I have hundreds of watch hours. You know, to you, Ross. You know, even if I'm just driving in the car listening or
Appreciate
whatever. And I've been rocking with you for so long. And Mikey Densmore. You know, shout out to all the people that I rock with. Everybody who's been on my show. You know, great people that I've been rocking with for a long time. They get a lot of shit, but you know, you, it's part of the game, I guess. You know.
Hey man, being friends with me, you get a lot of shit. That's just how it works. So
He said, Mikey says, Spencer, I'm sold out of Tycoon. You have more than I have. See, it's sold out. So there you go. You're going to get 100 mil of a sold out fragrance from Mikey Dens. He didn't say it was discontinued, but it is sold out. So yeah, one of you guys be able to enjoy what I love to enjoy as well, since I got multiple bottles, you know. I wouldn't give it to you if it was my last bottle. That's how good it is. I didn't buy too many. I just, you know, I want to show some love. So
well, I mean, it's his take on my favorite DNA from Roger Parfums. For those of you that don't know, Tycoon was Mikey Densmore's inspiration of Oligarch Eau de Parfum when that was the only one out. That was the first one. Then we got Oligarch Parfum. Then that war happened, and like, oh, we can't have an Oligarch fragrance name. That's weird.
Rosa, yeah,
Yeah,
they had to change it.
yeah. So, and then we got Isola Blue. Moral
That's
of that
Solar Blue.
story. One of the only two 10 out of 10s I've ever given. So that's that profile, basically. That's the Mikey Densmore made his version of the original of that DNA, the very first version. It's great.
Yeah.
It's some of his
It,
best work. I'm not
oh
surprised
yeah.
you love it.
A great wearing, a different wearing experience than you would get off of the Oligarch, but nonetheless, it a push and the sillage is crazy. You know, it smells nice. I think we're on you now, right?
Yep, I got my final niche
Your final niche.
because I look at niche as luxury products more so than just is all they make fragrances, or do they just use high quality oils. Like niche, the way we use the term is very outside of the specific definition of the word. It's kind of got its own lingo and multiple meanings in fragcom, because some people will argue this is designer, and if it's designer, it's pretty damn high quality designer. It's affordable luxury is actually what is marketed, intended, and said by the man who owns the brand. He produces affordable luxury for men. We're talking about Zaharoff Signature Black Rose. I can't wait to get
Mm,
this back in rotation. It is way too heavy for the heat. This is so freaking good. My third favorite behind the masterpiece known as Rosé that came out before this. I wear that year round. Otherwise, that would be right here. And Seraphine Blue, which is my favorite fragrance I have. And no, George Zaharoff did not pay me to say these things. Any trolls that may be watching. So
we
this,
don't got
if you
we
haven't
don't got
tried it,
trolls over here. We're good to go.
they might be watching. You never know. Now, I'm
They're
here.
probably
They might be
watching.
watching. Looking for clips, right? But here you get a warm, resinous, spicy, woody rose. This is way more masculine than something like Signature Rosé, whereas that's a bit more playful, sensual, and soft, even though it's ambery and very resinous incense dominant. It's a sweeter fragrance. This very oomph type of feel, very strong presence, very assertive for being based around Black Rose from Halfeti. Like I said, warm, spicy, dense woods, very resinous and ambery, very rich and warm. This is some strong stuff. This is really alluring. This has an edge to it, and it's just way too much for the heat. So I've been itching. I've been itching. I wear my Zaharoff fragrances. They're all you can always catch one or two of them in every weekly rotation, and this has been a while since this one's been in there. So I've been itching to wear it. I had to feature it. It had to be in this list because I'm super ready to get this back in the rotation. You should get a sample. Anyone that hasn't tried it,
I have not
Black
tried
Rose.
it.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I have not
I
tried
am
it.
very surprised.
I have not tried the new Seraphine Red either. Um, what else haven't I tried? I think that's pretty much it. I think one of Curly's fragrances, the Immortals. I have a couple
The
samples on the way. Beautiful bottles. Zahav makes some really good quality products, and he's a great guy. Shout out to GZ for sure, 100%. One of the best guys in Fragcom that gets a bunch of shit that he shouldn't get.
one of the best guys. Period.
Period. I always
Period.
say,
End
like,
of
you know,
story.
Georgia show up to a live stream with 4 people watching and show love. send bottles to people that aren't gonna get his product pushed to just because he loves the community. Shout out to
He should
George.
do.
You know,
Should
he
do.
could be low hanging fruit sometimes, because you see him and you want to talk about him or whatever the case might be. George has some great comebacks too, though. George, and he's a nice
He
guy. It's
holds
hard
back.
to, yeah.
Trust me, he holds back.
He holds back for sure.
Now, a lot of
I've
you, a
seen him
lot of you
unleash.
don't hear some of it.
Yeah, yeah. But
He'll
but
he'll
but
throw a
great
little
guy.
bit out here and there on the live streams, but
Shout out to Dakota.
trust me, he holds back.
Dakota wrote a lot. Plum
Oh,
Japanese is a true masterpiece. Yeah.
very
And
far.
I'm not gonna be looking for Plum Japanese because the price point and all that. But there is one that I'm interested in from the Center Woods, which is a plum and cognac. I have not tried that,
Plum
and I
and
definitely want to get
cognac,
one.
man.
Yeah, there's a couple from that house that I want. I don't know if you've ever seen the perfumer talk about it. I think he talked about it with Sebastian, the perfumer guy, and he went
Mhm,
through his whole freaking line and how he got the barrels, where he got them from, what the barrel
mhm,
was used for the first time, the second time, the third time, stuff like that. I'm definitely
mhm.
interested in. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Tell the story.
I know you tried that one before.
Yeah. I've got a multiple decants. I've got like 3 or 4 decants people have sent me.
Time to get a
So
bottle,
many
right?
people wanted to make sure. Yeah, so many people wanted to make sure I tried it that over time they're like, oh, I'm sending. They'll send me. Oh, I want to send you this. Next thing you know, they send a dozen decants when there was just supposed to be 1 or 2, and that's in there from time to time because people love that fragrance for sure.
George has a size 17 shoe.
I don't know if it's a 17. It might be. He's got a large foot.
Gosh,
George is
damn.
6'4". He's 6'4", and the stuff he wears adds about 2 inches to his height.
I need that
That's
sound
why
clip. That's a
the
huge
whole
bitch. He's a
yeah
big man.
the whole thing is I'm a little guy. Well, yeah, standing next to with shoes on 6'6". Most of us under 6 feet are. I'm 5'7". I look very small standing next to George.
Yeah, definitely. All
Y'all
right, we're
should
gonna get
stand
it.
next to Omar. It's even
That
worse. He's
was
7'3".
that was your last one, right?
That was my last niche. All I have left's the wild card.
The wild card. I forgot about the wild card. All right, let's get into
Hmm.
it. Gonna go into my next one. Are we looking good on time?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What we got right now?
All
We're
right,
over
cool.
close to an hour, huh?
Yeah, we've been going,
Hour
man.
11, 12 right now. Yeah, I can go to about an hour and a half.
I'm gonna get
Yeah, we
Joey
got.
Canoli up here. We're gonna get a 24-hour live stream going on now. I'm just playing.
There you go. There you go. Shout out to Joey.
All right. Have you tried the house of Atelier des Ors? I,
Believe it or not, not a single fragrance. I love their bottles though.
you are missing out. This is not even. This is crystal. This is a beautiful fragrance. This is called Musk Immortelle. You know what Immortelle is?
Sure do. It's very green.
Very green. It's almost like broom, dry. This one's got such a beautiful honey style to it as well.
Hmm.
Very nice fragrance. Easy wear. This is one of those ones where when you smell it, it is blended beautifully because it's got some animalic into it. And I'm not like Duncan. I'm not an animalic type of guy. I'm not like, oh, I want it to smell like pee or whatever the case
Supplement's a
is.
fan of those heavy animalics, old school fragrances for sure.
But when you do it right and you blend it so beautifully, Musk Immortelle is a masterpiece in my opinion. I love rocking this fragrance and the house. Um, I'm so excited to get into some of the different ones from the house. I just ordered a bottle, Rouge Soleil. So shout out to Joel for recommending me that one. Beautiful, man. You definitely need to get your nose on it. There's sampler sets out there. If you can find one that has Musk and Martell in it, R. Ruby, all the bangers. We got Scott Aromatico in the building. Shout out to you, bro.
Oh, Scott.
But yeah, but that was my and Scott's been on the show. Shout out to
Mhm.
Scott. Uh, you know, everybody here in the chat. I haven't really had any bad experiences on this channel. I thank everybody, for rocking with me. All the people that come on, they're welcome at any time. The link does not going to change for them. I love having you guys here.
Well, for this one, this is my wild card. So for those of you that didn't know, Spencer said pick 3 cheap, 3 designer, 3 niche, and a wild card that can be anything. Mine's a designer. And any of you that have been watching my content throughout the year, you've heard me say I've yet to find, up until recently, I've yet to find anything that I felt was a better designer released this year than Boston Scent Elixir until I got my nose on Society Extreme.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't grab for that one.
I love this. Waxy iris, resinous, balmy woods, sweet vanilla as it dries, a hint of spice. This speaks to my taste for the cooler weather so much. This is far superior to the original Gentleman's Society. I didn't think they could improve upon it that much because I thought Gentleman's Society was pretty slept on. I think that's a pretty damn good fragrance if you like, creamy, woody fragrances. It's really well done. This, totally different level, like a few different levels ahead. Anybody that likes iris, the opening is, when it comes to designers, it's magnificent. I think this is one of the better designer openings I've smelled in years. Like, makes me feel the way I felt the first time I smelled Bleu de Chanel Parfum, where I was like, yep, that's the best blue fragrance on the market. This is probably the best woody iris fragrance on the market, to me. I know that's a strong statement. It is an opinion. It is my opinion, and it's a damn strong one that I'm sticking by because this one wowed me. Any of you that saw in the live stream when I smelled it the first time, this wowed me. It is terrible for the current weather. This is the fragrance I'm looking forward to wearing the most when we start creeping into the low 80s, high 70s, where I think, okay, maybe I can get away with it and won't be suffocating or maybe too much. It just does that to me. Now, it does have a little bit more of a generic, deeper dry down with vanilla. It's a vanilla woody dry down, but the first few hours of this fragrance are a pure delight for anybody that's a fan of that waxy, lipsticky, like designer type of iris, not the most natural of iris smells, and a variety of woods. That's the thing. Am I supposed to say pause after saying woods over and over?
No, they're good.
I
Now if
always
you
try to
now,
make fun of that, you
now
know.
if you said it's got nice dark woods, you might have to pause on that one.
Big woods right here for sure. Pause, right?
I see you got the 100 ml like me.
Yes. As soon as this came in stock from Fragrance Buy, I couldn't put this in my cart fast enough.
Yeah, I got it. I got it right when it came out. Beautiful fragrance.
What do you think about it? I mean, clearly you like it. Tell me your
Yeah,
thoughts. I'm curious.
I do like it, and the first thing I said was what when you brought. I'm glad I did not grab that one because we would have had the same fragrance at the end. People would have said, "Oh, you guys planned this? You talked about it."
Hey, that would have been hilarious. I'd have busted out laughing though. I'd have been like,
Yeah,
wow, we just so happened to both get the same wild card. That's hilarious.
and then I would drop my new link. Oh, buy it from Spencer.
Yeah. Drop it on the shop link. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Get 3% off.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the Joma Shop link. Yeah, that means you would get it three months afterwards. Beautiful fragrance, man. I
You get
like
it
it.
next month.
You know what other one I like? What is it? The EDT Intense, is it? The one that's got the
Hmm?
green powdery iris nature to it. I like the whole line, to be honest with you. Definitely great for the fall time. This
All of
one's
them.
so nice, man. Some people don't pick up on the coffee,
I
but
get a little bit of it.
I
I don't
get a
get it
little
heavy
bit.
though.
It's a cold brew. When you smell a cold brew, that it's got some ice in it. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that coffee like you might otherwise. Very beautiful. Definitely recommend it. Shout outs.
I
All right.
can't recommend this more.
Yeah, you can. Here we go. Yeah, recommend it some more. There you go. See,
You need this. You need this. You
you
need it
need
now.
this. Yeah,
Yes. Buy it from
yeah. We're
anywhere. I don't care. Just buy it.
shield for the fragrance real quick. Let's get it out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Givenchy cut me a check.
Get my damn camera to focus again. All right. I look crazy as hell right now. I look like I'm sick. Uh, Hold on one second. Let's see if we can brighten me up a little
I look
bit.
like I'm sick. Jesus.
People gonna be like, pray for Spence. This one is called Santal du Pacifique from Paris, Monte Carlo, a house that doesn't get enough love. And
You
this
have been
is
giving it love.
I I
You were
I, I
talking about this
have
with Joey's channel the other day.
yes, this is a beautiful fragrance. If you like Creed, original Santal, if they made an elixir, it better smell like this. These retail $220, I believe. You can find them, I think, for about a hundred or so on Fragrance Buy. They do have the extrait of this Nosy has the X-Straight. I would say the EDP is an X-Straight. This is so strong, and I love Original Santal. We both love Original Santal because one day we
Yes.
rocked it at the same time, and we were like, "Hey, twins!" Um,
Hmm.
but this
Oh
is
yeah.
this is this is amped up. This is so beautiful. It's got some it's got some weird notes, man. It's got lipstick gloss, which is wild. Um, and then it's got a sandalwood, obviously. It's woody. It's got some florals. Beautiful fragrance. You can't go wrong with this house. The one I would say that would probably be different for most people is going to be Musk Extreme. Musk Extreme is going to be something Duncan would like. It's an old school musky, animalic,
One of
ambery,
those creamy
warm type of.
musks.
It's old school. Yeah, it's old school for sure. All right.
So
Well, we got them all out the
I
way,
was
right?
laughing. I was laughing while you were talking because I read Rick's newest newest
Let's.
comment.
Oh, his newest one. Okay, let's see what we got
Yeah.
going on here.
Do not judge Mr. Calvin by the color of his felt, but by the content of his puppet hole.
Wow. Shout outs to Mr.
Leave it
Calvin.
to Rick.
That's my guy. Shout out to Rick as well. Yeah.
God.
All right, let's get into the chat real quick. We're starting to wind it down. Oh, you know what? I wanted to show you something. Let's get
Show me.
let's get you in here real quick. Hold on, video source. Let's do. There you go. All right, let's pull this up. Give me a second. We're gonna head over to Fragrance Buy real quick. I'm gonna show everybody your code. Now we're gonna go to Fragrantica. Let's see. Um, Leshane.
Shout out to Troll Granska.
Here we go. So this right here, this Colonnades. I ordered that one. Wanted that saffron Colonnades. You hyped this one up 9.5. I had you know what I did?
Yeah.
I actually canceled my order and said put saffron in there and ordered it again so I wouldn't pay shipping twice. And then I saw this one.
Mine's over on my standing desk over here. I thought it was right here for me to grab it.
Let's make this full screen or bigger.
I've never looked into this one. This is the one we don't have.
Now I'm gonna have you say this name because I can't. What the hell is that? Sounds like something
Yeah.
you'd spray bugs with. I got the herbicide outside spraying these ants.
Hesperide? Because it's got the little
Crazy.
accents on the E's.
Check
I'm
these notes.
assuming that Hesperide?
Check these notes out and tell me they don't speak to you. Bergamot,
Yeah, they do. I was looking at the
orange,
Accord.
lime, orris, cashmere wood, cedarwood, jasmine, moss, vetiver, musk, ambergris. This sounds like something right up our alley.
I bet this is the most versatile of the three, based on those
Yeah.
notes and chords that we saw.
So that one's definitely gonna be
A
something
must buy.
that yeah, it's gonna be a must buy. I'm not gonna look at any of the reviews. I want to blind buy this one and smell it for the first time. No
You
one's
already
talking
had me
about this
spoiled.
anyways. You know what I mean? So
You already had me
um,
spoil the saffron one for you, but man, I can't wait to get your thoughts on saffron Colonis. Man, that's one of the
I am
best
excited for
meals.
that. It's funny
That is
because
one of, go ahead.
the timing is crazy. I'm not
Mhm.
looking at these notes. I'm trying to change us out of this menu right here. Let's hit the chat. Um yeah, I already had Colonnades in there. So and then I saw your video before I finished because I'm like, do I want to add anything else? You know, what do I feel like?
And
And
you
then
got
I
it
saw
for a
your
great
video.
price.
Yeah, great price, great price.
For those
Aura
of you that didn't know,
fragrances,
I paid 90 from Aura. He got it for 65. It's
65
impressive.
bucks.
But
Yeah.
dude, it's such an impressive profile because I don't have anything else that smells like that. It's got the same vetiver dry down as the original. That's where you get the tie in, like we were speaking backstage. That opening, man, warm citrus, soft leather, spicy, but not like tickle your nose pepper kind of spice. It's just so impressive. At the end of the year, when I do my annual wrap up for certain categories, that's going to be in my top 10 favorite pickups of the year. No doubt
Empty
about it. It's amazing.
empty brings up a good point. Notes could be deceiving, but that's part of
Very
the
true.
beauty of wanting to get your nose on something. I'm not necessarily a sample guy. I know that's what they say, sample, 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 all that good stuff. I enjoy playing the lottery every now and then. You know what I mean? I never win, but on fragrances, I win 99% of the time.
Right
Yeah,
on. Right
yeah.
on.
Every
That's why
every
I
now
came
and
up with the motto, I blind buy so you don't have to, because I love the fun of it. Even if, like, to Empty's point, sometimes it's deceptive. You'll see one thing and smell something completely different, and that's part of the fun to me. You know,
Speaking of Brooklyn fragrance lover, that would be one of my yeah, that would be one of my ones that I yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the scent itself, but I needed to have that bottle. Shout out to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. I used to love watching him, and he used to get drunk and cut it up, and a great guy,
God,
and I miss him in this space, you know.
I say it all the time. Carlos had his demons. Everybody does. Carlos was not a perfect person. He was very inappropriate when you got to know him. He would say some horrible shit sometimes, even when he get drunk on live. But
Yeah,
that man was a ball of energy and just a light of life. First time I met Carlos and hung out with him was a blast. It was great. Got to know him over time. We shared numbers. He texts me some random bullshit all the time. It's always the weird, because I like to do the weird icebreaker. If I call you when you pick up the phone, I'm gonna say something random. He does that. He would start the conversation via text message like that. I miss him very much too, man.
we got
We
Mr.
lost it. We lost a good
Yeah,
one.
we definitely did. Mr. Gumble says, what are some great floral fragrances? I would say Brasendo Mateo #2 is a beautiful floral fragrance. Um, it's really nice. I would get your nose on the house. I think that one has a opening of some citruses. Then the florals kick in. Then it gets powdery. Then it gets suede, and the suede is powdery with the florals being powdery. It is a beautiful scent. Unisex for sure.
I
What
would say
about you?
Parody Descends Eden. It has a very fresh white floral freesia jasmine type of smell to it with a beautiful grapefruit that kind of smells like it came from Elysium with a green ivy leaf. It's not super powdery, but it's got still has that fresh white floral smell with, I believe, cedar wood in the dry down. Very beautiful. My wife literally told me that she was surprised I was wearing it. She thought it was a little too feminine, which I don't find, but that was the feedback I got in my most recent wearing on it. I am a sucker for that profile. It's beautifully fresh. If you're looking for something daytime warm weather, that's a good one. Parody Descends Eden.
We got a great question from RXL. He says, "Why are you not a huge fan of Redbrook, Spencer? Because it smells like frozen fish out of the freezer when you smell it up close. In the air, it smells fine, but I like to do this. I don't know if you've ever seen me spray anything. For the most part, you're gonna see me doing this all live. There's a reason for that. And when you smell that one up close, there is something that is off-putting about it. They only made 1,000. I think I'm like at a 173rd bottle. But I'm not the first person to say that.
I need to
It's
look at what
interesting.
number I have. I don't care for it either. I find like it's a bad interpretation of like Black Orchid.
Yeah, man, Black Orchid's so nice. you
Yeah,
know,
it's not that good. You know, I wanted to support, but it's not that good. I've
could
never worn it.
it's
After spraying it that one time, I was like, ooh,
yeah,
not for me.
it's a hard one to rock. But I
Yeah,
needed to buy the bottle. No matter what, I needed to have the bottle because it's not going to be something that you'll get later on. No one's going to make a clone of Red Book. Um, and I wish
no.
that they did it. I wish they did a better job. Shout out to Red Essence. Shout out to Brooklyn Ferguson's Lover, but I didn't. I was not rocking that
I
at
feel
all.
like it wasn't complete, but the last modification they had, he was like, I need to bring this to the market for Carlos. That's
Yes,
what I feel
yeah,
like it was. Like he didn't feel like he could continue to modify it without Carlos, which is how I would have approached it too. Like
we
I
got
can't change more with Carlos. This is how far we got with him. So
Yeah, we got RXL's take. Smells like fish layered in a Zaro Chrome Aqua. I do get some
damn.
spicy oranges in there. And mixed with the frozen fish sticks. In the air, it does smell good though. I'm not gonna lie. It smells good in the air. Close up, no, not for
Yeah,
me.
close up where it's kind of rough. Out in the
Yeah,
air is not bad at all. That's where it smells
out
like
in the
Black
air, it's
Orchid.
definitely not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all. All right, well, I took your time up. I know you got stuff to do. It's been a pleasure having you. Now, the way that we normally leave is, I'll be in this little screen right here. People will say their goodbyes and all that good stuff. I'm gonna ask my question, so we can get that bottle sent out to somebody. You,
Let's
I
do it.
forgot about that one. I'm just gonna come up with one off of the top of my head, and I'm gonna have you do it on your end. You have YouTube open. We're gonna do it
I
off
do.
of YouTube, so there's no mix-ups where I'm seeing something different than what you're seeing. Whatever YouTube says,
Yes, I got you.
is what we're gonna go on. Because I know everybody watching is watching on YouTube. So The
Trust me,
question,
it can be a headache when you do it from StreamYard, which is easy to pin. Like whatever
yeah,
this is that you use, and it's easy to pin it from your end.
yeah, we'll talk about that backstage for a little bit before you head out and do your thing. Um,
Perfect.
the question is gonna be, what was my first short? What was the fragrance? I know it off the top of my head. So my fourth
I would
short that I put out, which was last year, I just started doing last year. Scroll, and I got a lot of shorts, so they got to scroll down. And I'm gonna let you,
think
say who it is. They can hit me on Instagram, not so famous YouTuber.
somebody probably has the answer, but I'm gonna go oldest real quick. Okay, now I know the answer. So let's see who got it.
I see
If
one
anybody got
already.
it. Yeah, I see Andy.
I see Andy
Is
as
Andy
well.
what you're seeing too? Because I don't see anybody above Andy. Yeah,
Andy is
it's
the
Andy.
winner.
It's Andy. Bulgari Rain Essence. For
Bulgari
any of
and
you in the
essence.
future, when you get asked questions like these, go to the person's channel page. If it's a short like this was, click shorts and then click oldest.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't-
Cheat a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
that's the way to do it.
Nothing wrong with cheating.
Obviously, it's only quick. It's quicker if you're on a computer versus on your smartphone. You're like, oh shit, let me hurry up and minimize YouTube, and it's more tedious doing it
Get
from a
some
smartphone.
get some lasers for Andy real quick. I don't got no music for him. Let's see.
Soft live stream clap.
Oh, you know what? I got my sound effects turned down. There we go.
Sound like a truck horn. Like you
We'll
could
go
hit a
with
one
that,
liner.
right? All right, let's go
Yeah.
back to Blink and get the chat back up. Or actually, I wasn't even Blink. Hold on one second. Well, we're getting it out of here anyways. You guys know how it is when I get out of here. I do my whole thing where I'm in the sky. Everybody can see me, hanging up here and all that stuff. We're not gonna do that this time. Normally I'll drop people, say
Spencer,
goodbye.
you're over 1,010. It shows 1.01K now.
Hell yeah. So normally
Hell
this is
yeah,
how
man.
we leave, Ross. You know what I mean? People will say their stuff, I'll give my whole piece. We're gonna do it a little different, everybody's a winner here. So let's hear that song again.
Oh, participation trophies. We're all winners.
Chasing scents all night, reviewing till first light. If you wanna smell your best, test as aroma sets the quest.
That's hilarious.
ELTG reviews, chasing scents all night, reviewing till first light. If you wanna smell your best, test as aroma sets the quest. It's all about a scent. Top mid heart is what's next. Evening takes over play. Fragrance leads the way. Fragrance in his hand, with bottles in demand, with the smells of the world in his plans. Journey through far lands, winds, fire sands. TLTG. TLTG.
It is
Spencer.
it is AI music, but I wrote it.
Keeps his workload at bay. Reviews like every day. Always
Who's riding
aims
in his car
to
jamming
please.
again?
Drifting like a breeze through the trees. No breakdowns, done with ease. ELTG. He's loving every spray. Keeps his workload at bay. Reviews like every day.
Gonna do a little dance?
Always aims to please. Drifting like a
I'm gonna have to
breeze
dance
through the
this time.
trees. No breakdowns,
Neither am
done
I.
with ease. Without a scent. Top mid heart, which follows next. Evening takes over play. Watch him as fragrance leads the way.
It's catchy.
Ross leading the way. Shoutouts to 100K. Ross leading the way. TLTG leading the way. Evenings of mystique with business overplay. Ross leading the way.
Spencer, you're the king of the live stream. You are. Don't let anybody tell you different. Man. This is so unique.
Have a good night, everyone.